Started playing on the City of Heroes server, Homecoming. It's a private server. City of Heroes doesn't really exist anymore. I did play it back in the day, and I already have a dozen characters created. Started playing with my brother-in-law. So we're having some fun, and I wanted to go through a first login after you download the software. You go to the City of Heroes Homecoming wiki, go to their forum, and it'll say click here to set up, download, and set up an account. To get all that done, you'll log in. We're playing on Torchbearer. Did you see that? I think you did, but my big head was in the way. I thought I was going to get past the screen, but it appears I have to log in. Hopefully this is working. My mic is fluctuating, so I know the background music isn't really loud. Oh, I just did that. Torchbearer. There we go. Right. So I have a bunch of characters. I got a Mastermind Ikros, I got a Tanker, Ikkstorm, I got a Blaster, Ikkstorm, I got a Controller, Ikshell. I'm really enjoying the Mastermind robot. As you can see, she's a bit higher than everybody else. But I just created this storm, this character, Ikkstorm. She is a Sentinel, Storm Blast Psychic. So it takes like 4 hours to create your character unless you just take one of the default ones. I think Ikshell is one of the default ones. I just changed the colors around a little bit, but as a controller. But this one I kind of went through and picked a bunch of stuff. So, alright, we're going to log in here and do a very basic tutorial, hopefully. To help people that want to get into this game. It's pretty fun. My brother-in-law and I have been enjoying it. We play for maybe an hour or two, get a level, and have some fun. There's a lot of stuff in this because just about everything is there, unlike on release when you were waiting for stuff to be given to you or granted to you. Everything here is available. So this is the tutorial. You select this as you go in. You can go first person if you want. Use your mouse right and left. WASD. There's jumping, running, auto run. And typically what you want to do is the first thing is talk to this smart vendor here. So we're going to get a bunch of stuff. It's going to add to our bar down here. I'm going to move some of these icons around because I don't want them to be set up. And again, your icon bars here, you just add them with the plus symbol, and it just keeps adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not sure what it goes up to. And we want to look at her wares. Most of these windows are expandable, so I'll try to make them bigger. I gotta move my big head out of the way. Let's go in game here. Alright, so my big head's out of the way now. Typically there's a bar and there's a red X to close the window. Some of these windows will have a blue button as well. If the blue button is attached, it attaches all these windows together. Hit the blue button, it'll separate that window, and then you can move it around wherever you want. I like having my icons here so I don't have to go far. I will set up some hotkeys for targeting, and I'll show you that too. Actually, we should probably do that right now. So under options and this is your health, this is your endurance, and this is your opportunity. And then your experience bar, we're level 1 right now. Okay, you can get to all the windows through there. You can hide your chat, you can hide your tray, which is your main bars, your target, which when you target someone, Officer Flint, it'll be there. Your navigation, which is straight up top here. It's your compass, and this has your map, your contacts, the missions that you have, any clues that you've gotten, any badges that you've gotten. So everything is right here, and then the menu gives you all this stuff again to do that. So you can go to options and key mapping, and I think it's near the bottom here. Targeting. I do target nearest enemy. I do as my my Q key, and then target next enemy is my E key. Q as in Quebec, E as in Echo. Apply now. I think those are about the only ones I've started with, because you can get to everything just about. Your powers. See how it's attached? If I move this, everything moves, but you can detach it, and then you can move it, make it a little bit bigger. You can have a shit ton of powers over here, temporary prestige powers and that type of stuff. The bar down here is how you move it. More stuff I don't know much about. And we're gonna go. Okay, I think that's it. That's it. All right. All right. Let's talk to the start vendor. START. I'm not sure what that means. Welcome to Start. Your premier source for quality meta-human merchandise. How can I help you? Show us the wares. Okay. So over here, on the wares. Make this window a little bit bigger. So there's a lot of powers you can get for free that I'm pretty sure back in the beginning when all this started you weren't able to get for free. So I wanted to show them all. Did I screw that up? Just gonna show them all. Okay. So here's enhancements. You can get free enhancements from here. Enhancements will go into your are used to enhance. I want these to connect. Oops. Oh, click that button. There we go. Now that it's connected. So you'll receive these enhancements as you're playing, as you play, and they're buffs. You don't get armor and stuff like that. You just buff up your powers. So here are your powers. I have hailstones right now. That's a rain thing, I think. And depending on what kind of power it is, depends on what's allowed to put enhancement in there. So you read through that, the allowed enhancements, and you can move those and make it stronger. We'll show you that later on too. And have psychic wall, which is like a protection that I don't currently have. So you can get these enhancements here, and you can put them into those slots if you were to buy a free one. For instance, damage recharge, chance for Psionic damage. But you can't combine this with any other enhancement, and you can't trade it either, but it's free. So if you want to do some damage, right, say you want, so I'm going to claim this enhancement, right, go to manage, and then left click, hold it. Everything that turns green is where you can put it. You can put it in your broad, you can put it in hailstones. Those are anything. This will give you a percentage increase. This one will increase your power by 16.7% and recharge by 16.7%. Okay, so we'll put it in here, and you can see up at the top there the base value, current value, and then replace. So it's going to go from 16.73 up to 19.51 for damage, and recharge time is going to go from 8 seconds down to 6.86 seconds. And I ask you, are you sure you want to slot it? You say yes. And there you go. That's how that works. For now. My other power that I want to manage is a psychic wall, and this is damage resistance, reduce endurance cost, and enhance recharge speed. So I would like to enhance damage resistance. So I don't know if she has one of those. Damage recharge, smashing damage. So these look like they're all damage ones, so I'm not going to claim any more of those. Alright, so those are your prestige enhancements. Prestige powers. You can go through all these, but I just scroll down until I see the ones that you can pick here, the white ones. You can't pick the red ones. You don't have the money or the levels. So there are a few in here. So there's a pet that you can get. There is, I think Sounds of Mu is a melee attack. Undead Slaying Axe is a melee attack. Nemesis Staff is a ranged attack. Nemesis Staff, no bonus, is a ranged attack. Black Wand is a ranged attack. Black Wand, no bonus, is a ranged attack. And then there's the Dark Fairy Pet. There's the Red Wisp Pet. Power Drone Pet. Looks like a little frisbee floating around your head. Oscillator Pet. That's one of the little mechanical, like a little mechanical guy. The Light Fairy Pet is a little fairy. The Blue Wisp Pet, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's just kind of like a glowing thing. That's what we might pick. Shield Drone Pet. And all these tell you what they do. They buff to defense and recovery. Buff to defense and recovery. Buff to so most all these things do the same thing. It's a flavor thing, right? So I'm going to get the Blue Wisp Pet because I'm wearing mostly blue. Let's buy that. I'm going to take a look at it, see what that looks like. So once you click it, it puts it down on your. It usually puts it down on your bar, but it didn't. So I'm going to open my powers, and let's see if we can find it. Blue Wisp. Here it is. So here's your pet Blue Wisp, and if you left click it, it sends an icon down to your bar. You click that, and then you have to target the ground with it, and you cast. It is alright. So it is a blue kind of wispy pet. Awesome. So see how all the other ones read it out. You can only have one. All right. I'm not going to get Sands of Mu or Slaying. I'm going to get. I don't know what bonus and no bonus means. The text looks longer, but it might not be. Permanent range attack that does smashing damage, knocks back foes, and does bonus damage for the characters of technology, science, or natural origin. You can only acquire this power if you have not selected Black Wand, Origin bonus, or Nemesis Staff, no bonus. And you have fewer than 3 of the following prestige attack powers: Sands of Mu, Undead Slaying Axe, Nemesis Staff, and Black Wand. So the Black Wand is permanently ranged attack that does negative energy damage, debuffs to hit, and does bonus damage for characters of magic, mutant, and natural origin. So my origin is technology. As weird as that might seem. So I'm just going to grab the Nemesis and see how it blacked out all these other ones. And then, did that put it on my bar? It did not. So I go over here again, and we get Nemesis Staff and Taser Dart. I think Taser Dart is because I picked technology. So here's Nemesis Staff, and we're going to move that down here because that's another one we're going to use. Vulnerability is a always on thing, so we're not going to mess with that. So you can get Sands of Mew, which is a melee attack, and have another attack if someone gets close to you. And Undead Slaying Axe is a melee attack where you swing up with this huge axe and you do an attack there. I'm not going to get that one either. The Black Wind I'm probably going to get because it's ranged, and I'm going to be a ranged character, primarily a ranged character. So let's grab that one. And that put it over here, Black Wand, where my big head is. Let me put this down so you can see. So here's a Black Wand, left click that, puts it down on your bar, left click, hold, move it to where you want to put it. Nemesis Staff has a longer range than the Black Wand. It does knockback. I'll just put it right there for now. Okay, so most all that stuff there, except for those two melee ones, you've picked. Now, you can get a jump pack, which is a little rocket that goes on your back, or a steam jump, which is it looks like a steampunk type of jetpack. I take this because it's very nice to be able to just fly around at first to get places. So we click that, and then once again it puts it over here. And right here is our jump pack, and we click that, and that's going to add jump pack. It's not the greatest, but it helps. All right. Let's talk to her again. Is it going to put it where I was, or do I have to do it all over again? Okay, I have to do it all over again. So, Prestige Sprints. Grants all Prestige Sprints. Prestige Sprints cannot be revoked once granted. Okay, so when you first start, you have Sprint, which will make you run faster. And then you have Athletic Run, which will make you run a little bit faster than that. So, and there are ones that make you do slides and stuff. Makes you you're sliding, or makes your body glow while you're running so fast. Once again, I'm not going to get those because I don't care too much about those. We can show you that on another character if you want to see it. So that's the moo and the slaying, and that's all the sprints. And you can only have, it gives you, I think there's four or five, but it's either sprint or it's one of these. You can't do like all of them. You can only one works at a time. So I'm just going to use sprint, and as soon as I get fly, I'm probably never going to use sprint again. So it's kind of doesn't fit my character. My character is going to fly. Let's go down a little bit more here. We have inner inspiration. This grants you inspirations, and inspirations are kind of like quick buffs. So if you're in a fight and you have a red inspiration, you click it for damage, it adds it to your bar, and you do a little bit more damage, but it only lasts for a short amount of time. So this will give you like 3 inspirations every 30 minutes. Mystic Fortune, I've never used, is free if you do not own Inner Inspiration, which is that one, or Secondary Mutation, which is this one. So of these 3, you get 1. I'm not sure what Mystic Fortune does, and you can't really right-click it to see what it says it does. Secondary mutation. There's a way to mutate, I think, your upgrades, your enhancements. I think there's a way to mutate those, because you can also upgrade them. You can do an upgrade to your things, but so I'm not sure how that works. And then Mystic Fortune, I'm assuming that might be, I don't know. Never used it before. So I go Inner Inspiration because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to make some money, to make some, it's called influence. So I'm going to get Inner Inspiration because I want to make money, and I'm going to put it over here. Just to kind of show you what it does. If I click it, it should give me 3 inspirations. Right? And these are a lot higher than normal. So I have 3 inspiration. Bounce back is if you die, you can click that and your character will revive, but you'll still be in a stunned state for a little bit. And then this is Keen Insight, which is accuracy, and then Robust is defense to damage, I think. Most things you can right click and do info. Increases all your damage resistance by 20% for 60 seconds. Right? 20% damage resist teleport. Alright, so there's some inspirations. And we'll scroll down a little bit further here. Here's one that disable all powers if you were playing the game for a year and you want to do something hard. It will activate this power, will stop all your powers and set bonuses from working. Only affects self. I don't know what that is. I'm just a beginner, so that's that for that. Okay, so that's your prestige powers. Going down to recipe drops, and I don't think we can get anything in here. Recipes come later after you hit a certain level. Here's where you revoke things that you've taken. Some things you can revoke, some things you can't revoke. There's smart vendors all over Paragon City, so you can do this. You can't, it's not just here that you can do it. You can do it from wherever. So you can revoke these later on. You can't revoke the sprint ones, okay? But you can get rid of the black wand, the Nemesis staff, the taser dart. You can get rid of all those if you want. All right, that's the revokes, and then there's temporary powers. This is where we're going to try to make money, and we're going to double our experience. So there's 3 different types of experience: double XP, 50% for an hour, 25%, and you can get all these free. But I would wait right now. It's free now, but later on it goes up with your level. So the higher level you are, the more this is going to cost to do an hour free. And what happens when you get double XP, you don't get any influence when you kill things. So you're only getting experience. So you're losing your influence to get experience. And we don't want to do that right now. We're in the tutorial. We'll do that as soon as we get out of the tutorial. And I'll show you how I learned to do it by watching some videos and watching some guys give examples. Right? So we're not going to take these yet. Okay? What we will take also, and you can do this 8 times. So it's 8 hours of experience. I think that's online time. And there's also, when we get out of the tutorial, there's defense amplifier, offense amplifier, and survival amplifier. They're each an hour, and you can do 8 hours for each of these, and it'll cost 1,000 influence each. So that's 8 times 3 is what, 24? So that's 24,000 influence you need at the start of the game. And you want to get these, and then this after you get a little bit of influence, right? So you can pay for this stuff. Then you're just working to get experience, to level up, and collect items such as salvage, which is empty right now, but you can sell salvage as well, and make a lot of influence. One of my starting characters, I have like 1.2 million salvage, so you can get it really fast and you can spend it really fast. So we're not going to do this right now, but this is where we're going to come to get these powers here. This is going to make us stronger and survive better, especially if you're soloing when you first get here. Oh no. All right, here we go. All right, so we got what? Two things here? Because I didn't get the sprint powers. So we got Nemesis Staff and we got Black Wand. And again, I think I got Taser Dart because I choose tech. I always pick technology. I don't know. That's just what I do. So again, left, right, WASD, talk to this guy. Ask about a mission. You guys should read this stuff. Click here to accept this task. And then leave. And then hit your speed and athletic run and attempt to not run into a tree or a wall or a house. Alright, I'm going to talk to this guy. If you look at the top menu up here, there is an icon where you should be going. But since I already talked to this guy, now switch to there. So that's your mission. You can select the task. You can have multiple missions. You can select the one you want. It'll highlight it red. The other ones will stay yellow. Now we need to talk to this information post. The Menicon is a state-of-the-art analysis and healing device. So when you die, if you don't have an inspiration to revive yourself, you can go back, or you can wait for someone to revive you, or you can go back to a hospital. It'll send you to the closest hospital. And then you'll come up, and then you have to go all the way back to your mission. You do lose a little bit of, you don't lose experience, but you get experience debt, and then you have to fill in that experience debt before you start getting normal experience again. That's how that works. So always look for the pinpoints, because sometimes you're going to a contact, and that's the green circle with the arrow pointing down. That's a contact, and it doesn't show up in here. It's like, where am I going? What's happening? It says return to contact. I don't know how to do that. And if you're not paying attention and you're not sure what you're doing, it says return to contact. Go to the contact, click them, and then it should add it to your menu up to your there's also your map, and there's a scroll bar on the side here that makes it bigger, and then you can also make this as big as you want for your map. So there's Officer Flint. So let's run up to him, talk to him again. Excellent job. And then he tells you more stuff, kind of what I'm telling you. And now introduce me to a new contact. Now this is going to add another contact to my contacts. And we're going to go talk to him. Officer Parks, what's going on? You should go see Officer Parks now. Ikcstorm. There's nothing more you can do for me. Right? Close this. And then you can talk to this contact if you want, and he'll tell you about himself, what's going on. And then leave. So we're going to run down here. See the yellow there? It's highlighted. 140, 130, 80, 70, 60, 30, whack. Officer Parks. He's going to tell you about your powers. Read it. If you're new, ask about available missions. Read it. He says talk to Professor Hoffman and then Lieutenant McReady. Okay, let's talk to those guys. And then we're going to leave. And these guys are right here. Professor Hoffman. He's going to tell you about levels of the mobs. Purple beings, they are vastly superior to you. Red are enemies 3 levels higher than you. Orange are enemies 2 levels higher. Yellow is 1 level. White is the same level as you. Blue means they are 1 level weaker than you. Green means the enemies are 2 levels or weaker than you. Gray names mean that they're vastly weaker than you and worth no experience. Do not attack grays if you can avoid it. Right. Here's, what's his name? You can move most windows. McReady. And he tell you some stuff. You need to target enemies and then attack by clicking on them. With your now left mouse button, tab key, blah, blah, blah. You guys got to figure this out. So I use my keys. So if I do next, it targets this one nearest. That one's nearest. And then if I do next, nearest, down, and then cast your hailstorm. And then this is just my buff. This is my personal buff. And then you can throw a taser dart. Pretty cool. The Nemesis staff. Mist. And the black wand. Alright. Jump pack makes you jump higher. You can go up really high. You do take fall damage, so don't go too high because if you hit the ground, you will take fall damage. Alright. And we go back to the police officer. Oops. Officer Parks. And he says, defeat 2 thugs in the southwest. Defeat 2 contaminated. Southwest is that way over there. And we're going to defeat a whole bunch of thugs over here. This is where I would tell you to practice your movement and learn that sprint and athletic run being on all the time is not always the best. You will run past things, you will run through things and into things. So I'm gonna just see how my skills are here. Oh wow, that almost killed him full. So each skill has a timer and it counts down. I'm gonna move Psychic Wall to here because that's an always on buff unless something happens. Taser Dart his ass. Black Wand his ass. Mist. So if you're close to someone and you don't have anything targeted, you can just left click the icon and it'll select the nearest guy. Click it again. I like that hail. I changed the color of it. Alright. So I'm gonna kill 100 of these guys. So you guys, this is where you should practice your jumping and your strafing and everything, because in this game you either stay far back and fight or you're right up in the middle, killing everything. Another kind of trick is if you hold your control key down, control and left click brawl. Now anytime I get close to someone, this will automatically fire if it can. So it'll fire anytime it can. So if I target this guy, I punch them. And once it's comes next to him, I'm gonna punch. If my thing doesn't heal or kill him, 1, 0, punch again. So there's a way to automatically use a skill that you always want to use. And I always use that for brawl. You can definitely use it for other powers as well. I mean, why not? I'm not sure how many you can do at once. Can you do more than one? No, you can only do one at a time. So, okay, there you go. So if you got one that's a power you want to use all the time, I totally missed that guy. Hail. No hail, rain only. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the end of the block. I'm going to go all the way to the other end and all the way down around. And we'll just try to do this quick. Okay. And we'll do that. Here we go. Badge earned. So we got 100. 100 kills. Isolator. You begin your career on a high note by personally ending the riots of contaminated thugs in the outbreak zone. So you can get set badge title, and that will be set as your isolator, your title. But other people can see. Okay, so let's run back. How long did that take? Job's done. Be introduced to a new contact. Use your compass or map to find Sergeant Hicks. Click here to accept Sergeant Hicks as a new contact. Alright. Sergeant Hicks. There he is down there. He's going to tell you more stuff. Hit points, endurance, improved attacks. Ask about... Oh, he's talking about your inspirations. Ask about available missions. Oh, I already have inspirations. I wonder if you can auction haul here. You can. So the game has an auction hall. And before I accept these inspirations from him, I'm going to try to sell these because I want influence. I have 0 influence right now, so I can't buy anything. You can sell inspirations and you can sell enhancements. You can also buy them from the auction hall. But what we do here is we drag this up and drop it in here, put a 1 in there, and look how much we can make. 10,000 to 8,000. So people are putting out bids for these items. So we're gonna Oh, I can't. Oh, it's a fee of 5, so I can't do it. Son of a biscuit. Okay. And that's why. Oh, what we can do, though, is we can just leave them stored in here. Because we can't sell them yet. So he's going to give us other inspirations. So I'm just going to drop all these inspirations into here as a get holder, as a bank for now. And to get them out, you just click the get. And when we have influence, and because it costs to sell these, you would post it. But we'll show you that again later. So let's get these inspirations from this guy. And I see here I have a righteous rage and a resurgence. And now it says defeat 4 thugs using inspirations. You don't have to use them, but you can. So it's up to you if you want to use them. I don't think you have to use them. That's 2. I'm not going to use this because I'm going to sell them when we get back. Okay, then return. Return to our guy, Mr. Hicks. I had a friend in high school named Stephen Hicks. Let's see. Training, blah, 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 blah. You should read this stuff. I've already read it. I'm not reading it again. We'll go to our next point here. The information booth. It's going to tell you more stuff. If you haven't played the game, you should read it. Take the time. It's not going to kill you. I just got a free enhancement. So this is a Talisman of the Initiate. It's a damage enhancement. It enhances damage. Talisman, all origins, so it'll fit. So all people can use this. The talisman calls upon the wisdom of your mentors to boost the strength of one of your powers. Increase damage by 33.3%. So let's look and see what we got here. Currently we have a 16.7% strength. So I'm just going to replace that one. That'll take us from 19 damage up to 22. But our recharge rate goes back to 8 seconds. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it in Brawl here, I think. So when we punch someone, we do 17 damage instead of 13. Alright. Where are we going? Back to Sergeant Hicks. Did you just give us another one? Oh, we just got another enhancement. It looks like Coyote has learned something about the drug. Okay, be introduced to a new contact. So you'll either get a mission or you'll get a new contact. And here's our contact, Coyote. We should go talk to Coyote. He's down here. I'm going to click Inner Inspiration again, but I'm going to open up the auction hall /AH. Auction hall /Alpha Hotel Auction Hall. I'm going to drop these in here as well as storage for now. I don't know what's going to happen when I leave the training area. I've never done that before. But I'm going to click this to get 3 more inspirations and /auction hall again. Because we want to sell these for inspiration. We want to get a shit ton of inspiration so we can make ourselves more powerful and get better XP for 8 hours, right? That's the idea. Ask about available missions. Click here to accept the mission. Did you read it? Talks about missions. And he's going to point us to, hey, Shab Crab. It's not really different from old CoH. It's just that you have everything accessible to you now. Well, it's free. We already have a super group. Stubius and me. My brother-in-law. And we just, like, we'll get on in the evening, just play like an hour and do a bunch of missions. That would be cool. Yeah. So, I already have, this is my, what, 5th character now, I think? Testing different builds and stuff like that. Alright, so in here is just one of your first missions, and you just try not to die. This guy's yellow, so he's way above me. These guys are going to be harder to kill. Nemesis staff didn't kill him outright that time. I'm gonna punch this guy. Not enough. I missed him. Switch to the other guy in the back. Nemesis staff. Pick the darkest guy. Alright. You saved. What's her name? Flower Knight. Oh, there's one guy left. I didn't totally kill him. Homecoming is... It's better. Okay, I'm not going to say it's better than Rebirth, but I played Rebirth too, and I played it for like a couple days, and that was it. And I was like, this... It didn't feel right. This feels normal. This feels like it should feel, I guess. Find formula, defeat all thugs. Yeah, so you just go to the CoH Homecomings. It's a wiki, and then there's a forum link. Click on the forum link, and then and then there's a how to play. Where you can download the files you need, download the game, and then set up an account. My brother-in-law did it all by himself, so you can do it. Oh, she's a boat. I need to turn off some of these speed boosts here. It's too much in these little hallways. Ooh. Hear that woo 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 noise? That means there's something that you need to click, so always remember that. Searching computer. Clue found. Nice. Right. Oh, there's a bad guy. Oh! We got attacked from the back. What the hell is that all about? Oh, we're gonna get triple teamed here. That one guy ran away. He tried to run away. Zap. Pop. Oh, level up. Okay. Mission complete. Once it says mission complete, there's probably nothing else. Quick way you can run. The map does track, and you can track yourself exploring every room. You can go back to the exit and exit out, or you can just click exit, which is really sweet. All right. I'm gonna go back to whatever his name is, Hawk. I don't remember where I ran to or from. Is it over here? Mission. Return to contact. Coyote. See, I had to do it myself. He's this way. Alright. See? It's not that hard. Once you get used to it. Mess around. All that swarming right there was because of the speed. All right. All right. Fantastic. It'll take this formula to Mr. Miller and finally get rid of his nightmares. Go see Miss Liberty in Alice Park. As soon as you do this, it's going to shoot you to Alice Park, where your real life begins. Not yet, though. Like, this is because we have access to almost everything. Old Father Time urgently requests your help. You may find him in a chalet in Pocket D. Like, that's in a zone that's way too high level for us to go. So, you have enough experience to level up to 2. Go see Miss Liberty near the statue of Atlas to level up and pick your new power. Okay, welcome. This character is new and may need help in City of Heroes. You have the option to flag yourself as needing help from other players with a specifically colored name and title. You also have the option to flag yourself as a helper or a role player. So if you don't know a lot and you want people to help you, click help me and it'll flag you as needing help. And people, when there's people around, they're really nice. I'm going to say none for now. Alright, so we want to sell all that stuff in the auction hall, but we need some influence to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is speed on over here and find someone to kill. I mean, to play with. There's a single guy. He's yellow. Give him some hail, a little bit of electricity, and then blast him off the map. Alright, so we just got, let's see if we'll show it down here. 33 experience and 39 influence. You received an enrage, so I just got an enrage inspiration, which is nice. Alright, so now we have some influence, and now we're going to go find Mrs. Helper over here. Which is, this is Atlas Park. There's Atlas carrying the world. Miss Liberty is right there. Field Trainer is right there. And we're going to talk to her in just a minute. First, we need some influence. So let's go back to the auction hall. /AH auction hall. Calamity Quicken would like you to read your influence. So someone just buffed me right there. I didn't even ask for it, I just got a buff. Temporary power. So even when you don't have, like, I need help, they do stuff for you. So I'm going to say 1, and all these are worth about, I think they're worth 250. Let me do a get, and we'll take a look at it. We'll get that one too. So what we'll do is I'll show you why we're going to use the auction hall. If we chat with the superhero girl here, she will buy your enhancements. Okay, so this robust is worth 400. The keen is 160. So I would say anything. Most of these are probably like around, I guess, 500. The most you'll get if you sell them to her. But why sell them to her when you can sell them to the auction house? And so there's 500 there. So bounce back, not really worth it, huh? Here's 10,000 for righteous damage. So we're gonna do a post. Hopefully I sold it already. I made 10,000 influence. Get influence. Now I have 9,000 because the auction house takes a little bit of your influence. You don't get the full 10,000, but just so you kind of understand all that, right? Resurgence. 7,500. Let's post that. I got it. It already sold. Good luck. Let's 5,000. Let's post that. It's sold. Escape. Let's 33,000. Let's post that. Keen sight. $10. Yeah. Okay. So we're not gonna sell that one. Let's pull robust back in here. We can get anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 on this one. Let's post this one. Sold. We have 2 keen insights now. Yeah, those aren't worth anything. Huh? So we'll just sell those to the super lady here. Do a chat. So she's giving us 160. So, let's see what the range is. 1, so that's not worth selling. And bounce back was 500. That's good to have though, because if you die at the beginning and you can res yourself if all the mobs walk away. So we just sold 4 and we have a whole bunch of influence. I'm gonna get all my influence. We now have 53,000 influence. So influence you use, once again, you can talk to the smart lady. Influence you'll use to buy enhancements, and these enhancements will go to your powers. So the more influence you have, the better off you'll be. All right. And I'm going to talk to this smart lady here. So now I have 33,000 or some shit. It's crazy. So now what I'm going to do is look at was it temporary powers, I think? So now that I have so much money, a lot of these other things have unlocked, and you can go through all these if you want and look at all of them. But what we want to look at is influence here. Defense amplifier, offensive amplifier, survival amplifier. This is going to give you 8 hours of indestructibility. And then once we do that, then we're going to buy the double XP, and this is currently free for 1 hour, and we can do that for 8 hours. Now we're not going to get any more influence from killing mobs, but we can get influence from selling our inspirations and or selling salvage that we will be getting while doing our missions, and we'll be getting double XP for that. So I come in here and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're gonna get 8 hours of double XP. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. Then you can have some permanent buffs down here. Double XP booster, survival, offense, and defense. Those are going to be there for 8 hours of you playing the game. So once you log out, that'll be done. And we do it at level 1 because if you do it at level 4, it's like 16,000 each. It's not free anymore. As you level up, the prices go up. So if you can do 8 hours now, and then this should get you to good level, and then talk to Miss Liberty. You want to train to a new level of power. Or if you don't like your outfit, you can re-customize your outfit. You have 6 slots. You have 5 more slots. Back in the day, we only had one slot until you reached a certain thing, and then you got a second one. And then you had to go to the icon shop to do it, but you can do it anywhere now, which is pretty cool. So you can train to your next level. So if you pick a character here, and you're not sure you like it after a while, I mean, you can go in and create a whole new outfit, create a whole new character, in essence. Train to the next level. You're ready for security level 2. You have become enough to learn a new power. Every even level that you go to, you get a new power. Every odd level that you get inspiration slots. So you will also gain fitness and rest. Fitness will make you faster, jump higher, and recover quicker. Rest will allow you to quickly heal your wounds, but you will be left vulnerable while doing so. Visit a trainer whenever you're level to increase your abilities. After training, you will need 257 experience before training again. Train up, level now. Alright. So here are your powers that you've chosen from the beginning, which takes however long it takes you to choose what you want to do. I don't know, Jetstream? This is always the hardest part, like, what do I pick? That's a cone of fire, so that's multiple people I can get with a knockdown, so I'm going to pick Jetstream. Alright, you have received a rocket pack, so you've just received a rocket pack, and this is different from your jump pack. Your jump pack just helps you jump higher. You have to hold it down, or you'll fall. Your rocket pack is flight. Okay, so rocket pack will give you flight, so you can fly around. If you use your mouse, looking down, you go down. Looking up, you go up. Left, right, all that stuff. Always fun. I just earned a badge because of these things. These little things. You found an exploration badge. Collect 10 exploration badges and you will unlock long-range teleporter. Alright. And now I want to manage. So I have Jetstream, which is an arc in front of me. And now you got to decide what you want to do. What do you want to put in here? So your allowed enhancements are reduced endurance cost, enhanced range, enhanced recharge speed, enhanced knockback, enhanced damage, enhanced accuracy. You'll end up having this entire bar full in time with inspiration slots. Well, enhancement slots. So, I mean, I don't know what's the first thing. What's the best first thing to pick? I have no clue. So, speed, recharge speed, maybe. Enhanced knockback. Enhanced damage. Accuracy. I'm gonna do recharge. Okay. And psychic wall, we're gonna do damage resistance. Enhanced damage resistance. Now this is the hard part. We have to find enhanced damage resistance, and we have to find enhanced recharge speed, so we can cast it faster. It recharges faster. Now, what I just told you, I've already forgotten. Click on Miss Field Power here, and then we look for recharge speed. Here's recharge. I think that's what we want. Artificially stimulated adrenaline gland. One power can be used more often in combat by reducing the recharge time. Increases recharge rate by 38.3%. And now this is a single. It's a technology mod. Now there are other ones, and they are usually dual ones. We'll do an info on one of those. This is a technology natural. So this gives a 19.2. So if we looked at recharge, it's 19.2. Now, if it's a single recharge, I gotta find it. Single recharge is 38.8. So it's a single. Those are the ones you want to buy. They're more expensive, I think, but those are the ones you want to buy. Right? So we're going to... Right? Recharge, so we can cast jet stream every 7 seconds instead of every 10 seconds. In Psychic Wall, we're going to do enhance damage resistance. I don't know what that's even called. Resist damage, maybe that's it. If she's going to grant plates can enhance the effectiveness of attackers' damage resistance. Alright, so that's what it is. And because we have 24,000 influence from selling those inspirations, we can buy this right off the bat and put it there. Yes. Some other ones you might want to upgrade are these inherent fitness ones. So enhanced speed or flying, jumping, healing, and endurance modification. Enhanced endurance modification. Recovery. You want to slot these two. This gives just a little bit more of a boost. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a fly enhancement here and a jump enhancement here. Let's see if I have enough money to do this. So there's jump. And there's fly. Increase my jumping. And then when I'm flying, that's going to help increase my flight. Enhance healing and enhance endurance. So here's healing, heal, absorb, and endurance reduction, or there's endurance reduction, enhance. Some of these I don't understand how they. Endurance reduction. Endurance modification recovery. I thought it would enhance your absorb, hold, immobilize, interrupt, jump, knockback, range, recharge. I think this is it. Recharge. One power can be used more often. I don't think that's it. Endurance modification right here. Wetware. Enhanced powers can boost powers that manipulate endurance, improves endurance modification. Okay, so this is the wrong one. That one. And there we go. So that's everything. I'm not sure. Oh, we probably want to replace this one. And I think I'm going to. And I'm going to replace this one too. So we need a damage. Damage cold. Enhance for knockdown. Raw, I'm just going to do damage. I don't have enough money. 3,000. I'm running out of influence, guys. Yeah. Don't have enough influence. All right, that's fine. Everything has a buff in it, so that's that.